There's my orbital. And if I back up here, I made a dumb mistake. Whenever you scan a Zerg base, you scan right on top of the hatchery, because he can only build units within this creep area. So best guess is to go right on the hatchery. Like, unless he's extended the creep or spat out creep from an overlord, it's always going to be there. So I wasted that first scan. I had to actually do a second scan to find where this layer tech was. And when I'm desperate for minerals like I am right now, you don't want to be wasting your orbital command energy like that. So I see the spire, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? I don't even have an engineering bay anymore, so I can't get any missile turrets. So this, I am very scared about. Like, he saw me leave my main base, he saw my orbital floating off in that direction. It doesn't take brain surgery to figure out where I was going with it. I guess it could be like huge metagame for me to actually go check a high mineral when I got no defense. And there's the mutas, they are out. And engineering bay is just finishing now. In fact, I have no defense here either. Planetary Fortress isn't going to save me. So I'm going to switch it to his view, because I think I actually did something really brilliant here that kept me in the game. Well, I don't know how brilliant it was, but it was just definitely a move that saved my butt. See how I sent my SCVs that way, and then I sent them back this way? You notice how when they're holding minerals, you can actually... Let's back that up a second. When they're holding minerals, you can actually... Whoops, wrong button. What am I doing? What am I looking for? There we go. When they're holding minerals, you can actually see them glowing just a little bit into the fog of war. Watch this. See them glow? That almost gave it away if he was paying attention. So I sent my units to the left and then put them back up to the right. There he is, he takes out that missile turret. I tried to hide another one down here, which he spots. So it's glowing minerals again. Very interesting. Nice little tiny thing that Blizzard added to the game there. And I flee to the protection of these two missile turrets, which honestly, I don't even know if this is enough to defend me. I mean, these SCVs are going to die almost instantly from the splash damage no matter what he attacks. So he could have focus fired down my orbital, or he may have even been able to take out these missile turrets and have a muta left over to take out the orbital afterwards. So if I were him, I would have just gone for it. Email my SCVs or just say, hey, let's repair each other while this orbital is burning to death. So I'm almost doing like a slow push of missile turrets just so I can plant the orbital again. Now he's going to attack the space, and what I did is I put my missile turrets in the back to defend the back, and then I got my marines in the front to defend my marines. Marines to defend my marines. Defend my base in the front. Yeah, you don't want to sit AFK when you're in sight range of my base, because then I can catch you like this. Took him quite a while to notice what was going on. He lost, what, maybe 3 mutas there, and got some pretty injured ones left over. So since this game went really non-standard, it's kind of like playing Starcraft 2 for the first time. Like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. The one thing I feel really bad about is how turtled I am, and how I don't have any map control or even know what he's doing. For all I know, he's got like 6 expansions right now. And he doesn't really know what to do either, because this is kind of new territory for him, so... He just didn't really work, so now he's going to try to flood him with banelings. Jeez, that's a lot of banelings. That's 16, 5, 21 of them. And banelings and mutas are such a good mix, because getting marines to counter banelings just makes you such, or saying getting marines to counter mutas makes you such so susceptible to banelings, and vice versa. So as Zerg, what you can do is you can actually quick tech to mutas and then go back to tier 1 Banelings. And it seems counterintuitive to like why tech to tier 2 if you're just going to tech switch back to tier 1. But it works really well. If you force a Bio Terran to get a bunch of Marines to defend the Banelings, or a bunch of Marines to defend the Mutalisks, then the Banelings will just have like free reign over all this mass Marine. So he took out what remnants of an army I did have, but no damage beyond that, besides just kind of hurting my planetary a little bit. So I do throw up a couple bunkers just to either take the Baneling hits or to get some free hits on the Banelings before they reach my back here. Kind of going nutty on the air turrets here, because not to defend versus mutas, but to defend versus a drop. So if he drops his base, I am in deep trouble. So I want his overlords to pay the price to try to fly in here. Nidusworm, however, will be yeah, won't be a good scenario for me. I don't even know if you can kill a Nidusworm with SCVs if you notice it immediately. Since I am so gas heavy right now, I decided, what the hell, let's just try making ravens. I've never even made a raven once in my entire life, so we'll see how this goes. I haven't seen any sign of Hydralisk yet, so I'm thinking more about Hunter-Seeker missiles rather than point defense drones. And he's whining that I'm turtling. And I say, well, I don't really have any other option. And then he kind of bitches at me for not just quitting the game. Go to Income, he's got a massive Harvester lead on me, although the Income is pretty similar. Once he gets his high yield more saturated, it'll be a definite advantage for him. And as for Army Tab, yeah, he's got a good 50 supply on me.